Page 39, Dark Eyes. I like this arrangement. This is nice. Very nice. There's no pedal in this. We're going to do it all with the fingers. Yay, team. First, I'm going to talk about the right hand. Okay, those two notes, the pickup notes, with the fermatas, I'm going to hold those when we play it together. I'm going to hold them 2 beats each. So it's a 1, 2, 1, 2. Notice, and this is throughout the piece, you got sort of 2 voices going on, okay? And I'm talking right hand here. You got stems going up, that's the melody. That's what we want to hear. Okay. Then you have another voice with the stems going down, and that's harmony. But what I'm pointing out here is it's very important to hold that down. So while I'm playing those notes above it, I'm going to hold that down. And it's tied to this next measure. A lot of them are tied, so you got to hold them down for 6 count. Okay. Now, I want to talk about the fingering for the upper voice, because we need to finger it in such a way that we can play this pretty much legato. So at the beginning you're fine. Now I would recommend on the second line for the C sharps a 3rd finger or 2nd finger, whichever, so you can get the 4th finger on the E. And then in the second line next to the last measure, finally the bottom voice is quiet, so you just have the top voice by itself, and then it starts in again. 3rd line down, follow the fingering. Now here, 3rd line down, 2nd measure. Here, to make it a little easier to go on, you could do a 3, 5. And then you could reach that 3 a little better. Now, you're not going to connect the D and the 3 necessarily. I mean, you can put a little break between them. But it's just fingering wise, it's easier to reach the 3 if the 5th finger is playing the D. In the first ending, there at the bottom, you're here. They want you to do a 4-1. I disagree. I'm going to do a 4-2. A 2-4, because the thumb is busy on the C sharp. Right? And then I can do a 3 and then a 4. For the last measure on page 39, I would recommend a 5-2 on that. Because the measure before, you're coming here. You're here. The measure before, you're here. The 5-2 fits. Top of page 40. Again, it's like at the beginning. You're just going to hold each of these for 2 beats instead of 1. Now we have the fun stuff. Just finger it carefully. Do this slowly. It says crescendo ed accelerando poco a poco, which means, I don't know what ed is, I think it's E. Crescendo is get louder, and accelerate a little by little. So you're gradually going to start picking this up. When we play it together in this video, the metronome doesn't gradually start accelerating. So we're just going to play it all 1 speed. You can do the gradually accelerating nonsense on your own. So let's just talk right hand 8th notes. We're here. Their fingering works fine. Use it if you want. It's not the only fingering could be used, but it works, so go ahead and use it. You get down to the bottom of page 40. The last 2 measures, you're here. Then just do the fingering. This is a chord, and when you play it 1 note at a time, it's an arpeggio. Very common arpeggio, so it's no big deal. Now at the top of page 41, no fermatas. Now we just go. And and the bottom, the two notes are playing together. Okay, it's starting to get really, really exciting, the A team and all that junk. I think you do. You got a polka retard at the bottom of page 41 where you're starting to slow down again, because when you do the DS or DC al fine and go back to the beginning, which is the top of page 39, you're back to the original tempo. All right, so you're going to slow back down to where you were. And the left hand, look what's going on here. And again, the idea is to finger it so we can do it legato. At the top of page 39, left hand here. Thumb plays both of those notes. You're going to get this a lot with the thumb playing two notes here. That's fine. It's normal. It's done a lot. The bottom of page 39, look there on the second ending. It's where the left hand, you're starting here, and then the last couple measures or so, the left hand has this. This is a chord, and that's the fingering for the chord, and so I like the fourth finger on the F. That's good. I agree with that. And by the way, that's where the fine is. So after you do the DC al fine, you're coming down and doing the second ending and stopping. So if you'll notice on the first ending, since I'm here, it says to next strain. It doesn't have to say that. That's nice of them to put it in. But the point is, there's no repeat sign there. It's just a double bar. And when you see that, whether there's a note or not, when you see that, you keep going. Well, you don't play the second ending the first time. You have to save that. So you know you're going to play this more than once. That tells you you are. You have to skip the second ending, whatever it is, and go on. Well, the second ending technically is from where it's shown all the way to fine. All of that is second ending. Even though the line doesn't go across, it's all second ending. Because if you didn't, then what you would do is when you go to the next strain is you would skip one measure where it's marked second ending, and you would start playing again after that. That's not what they want you to do here. So that second ending goes all the way to the end of the page. So the next strain, or where you start playing again, is at the top of page 40. When we play this together, we're going to play page 39, and I'm going to stop, turn the page, I'm going to count us in again, and then we're going to do pages 40, 41. But if you're performing it, you can't do that. The beat's got to keep going, okay? So when you have to turn the page to go from 39 to 40, you have to figure it out, because you don't want to screw up the beat. So when you finish the first ending, you're here. Memorize the first two notes in the next page so you can play them immediately. They're the same as the first two notes at the top of page 39. With fermatas, you have the equivalent of 4 counts then, where the right hand's playing by itself, and you take advantage of that time to turn the page with the left hand. So you're not screwing up the beat. So as you're doing this, you're reaching up and turning. And hopefully you're ready to go on by then. Now when you get to the bottom of page 41 and you need to do the DC al fine, you're here. You got to keep going. But again, the first two notes you play are like the notes at the top of page 40. They're those two notes. So you got, again, the equivalent of 4 beats or so to lift up with your left hand and turn the page back. So the beat can keep going, and you can do the page turns without screwing it up. Let's try this together slowly. All right, slowly. 3/4 time, but it has a 2-beat pickup. Isn't that handy? Explains why the bottom of the page, the last measure, has 1 beat in it, because you put them together and okay. So I'm going to give us a full 3 counts plus 1. No pedal in this piece, so we don't need it. We'll do it all with the hands. Right hand here, left hand here. Now this is going to seem a little slow at first, but I'm going to take it slow because of the 8th notes on page 40. I want to do the whole thing at the same speed, so I'm going to take it all slow, all right? So just be patient. 1, 2, 3, go. 3, 2, 3, hold. Stop. Oh, by the way, we're not going to get to play the last ending, so I'm going to count us in, and I'm just going to play this little ending here so you can hear it, okay? Because when I get to the bottom of page 41, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to repeat it back. So this is the second ending, the last few measures on page 39. 1, ready, go. 2, off. Okay, now turn the page, and here we go again. 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, hold, 3, hold,